Hey, you guys, and welcome to my Finish It-a-thon TBR. And for those of you who don't know what that is, the Finish It-a-thon was created by Katie from Kid Cats Can Read, and I will link her channel down below, and you guys should go check out her and all her awesomeness. And she decided to do a Finish It-a-thon from June 30th to July 6th, so that we could finish the books that we're currently reading. You know, sometimes you may start a book and then just put it to the side and start other books, and I have so many on my currently reading list. And also this doesn't interfere with the hashtag a year-a-thon, which is from July 7th to like the 13th. So I'm going to be doing 2 readathons back to back, so we'll see how I do with that. I don't know why I went there like that. I don't know. So I'm just gonna show you guys my currently reading list. Well, not my whole currently reading list. Technically, I have like 2 books on there from my Friday reads that I won't be showing you guys, but the rest of the books is a mix between like physical books, which I'll show you guys first, and then my Kindle books, and also I'll be going through them to tell you what I'm going to be doing with them, because this is like the push, the week where they're either on or off. So the first book is Arclight by Jocelyn L. McQueen, and I'm actually currently on page 216 of this book. And see, I was a good part halfway through and it was really going well. I actually really just got distracted by so many other books that were really awesome, so don't judge me. You know how it is, a new book comes in the mail and you're like, oh my god, and then you sit there and read it. So I'm hoping to either finish this or just put it off to the side for maybe next year and then reading it from the beginning, because there's a reason why I didn't buy the sequel, so maybe by then I'll have the sequel and it will motivate me. I don't know. The next one is The Chaos of the Stars by Kirsten White, and I really love this cover. I really hate this main character. I'm only on page 44. I really thought I was farther than that, because I just hate her so very much. Like everything else in this book, the world is interesting, all that is good. I just don't know why her parents should just gave her up for adoption. That's mean. No, it's not mean. It's just honest. Just give this girl up. She is ungrateful. And I don't know why anyone wants to be friends with her. The next book is How I Live Now by Meg Rossoff. See, this one though wasn't even my fault technically. I started this book. I'm on page 50, chapter 11. It's not even that short, but I brought it with me to go play Monopoly at my friend's house, and then she took it and started reading it, and I just gave it to her because I was just like, well, I have like a million and other one books because I wanted to read this before the movie came out. But then my other friend borrowed it, and then when it finally got back to me, you know, I was just reading other books, and it was like, oh, I'll get to it eventually. The next book is Mr. Penumbras 24-Hour Bookstore by Robin Sloan. This book, I really love the cover, number one. Deckled edges, and it was going well, but I feel like this one isn't a book that I can pick up and put back down, so I feel like either I pick it up, read it straight, probably from the beginning, or maybe I'll just come back to it in another time, because I'm not sure if I'm in the mood for where I think the story is going right now. So, okay, this next book, technically I'm finished with it, but I'll tell you about my book OCD-ness. So, this is Pivot Point by Casey West, and just to let you guys know my shamefulness, I pre-ordered this book. I have read this book, except I have like this much left. See, it's not a whole lot. I mean, I'm on 231 and there's like 243 pages, and I got to 231 and it was like kind of grating on my nerves. It was kind of predictable. She was slightly annoying me, and then so I was like reading, like I did that thing where I just kind of read, but I didn't really read like every word and every sentence, but I knew what was happening, so I got to the end, and I know, but I like to read every word of every sentence, which is why I have not put this as finished yet, because I want to do that maybe technically before I finish it. It's just a thing that I have in my head. I don't know, some people, my friends were just like, because I was buddy reading this with Katie, and she's like, just finish it already, ke-sha, just mark it as finished. Technically you finished it, and I was like, but I can't do that yet. So we'll see if I get to that. This next book, I may be waiting for middle grade month. They're in a hashtag a year-a-thon in August, and it is The Land of Stories, A Wishing Spell by Chris Colfer, which was given to me by not Katie, from Kristina from the Princess Gummy Bear, whose channel I will also link down below, and she gave it to me. She loves Chris Colfer. She loves this book. I, on the other hand, did not like this main character girl. I was just not feeling it. I'm on page 116, and she did something so stupid I had to put down this book. I was like, listen, I know she's a child, but like, even as a child, I was never that dumb. So that was the thing. But I'm gonna finish it during middle grade month, probably. I mean, if I get to it this month, that would be great too. The next book is, yes, I still haven't read this book, Divergent by Veronica Roth. Some of you guys may have known that I started it. I got to page 26. I watched the movie. It was really good. But I was spoiled for almost everything anyway. I'm hoping to read this / in a way start this. So I'm really looking forward to it, hopefully. And then the next thing that I have is Warm Bodies by Isaac Marion. And I just was not feeling this book as much. Like, like, in a way I like the writing style, but I don't know, between the author being a douche and the weird zombie porn thing that went on in this book, I was just like, yeah. So I'll either like stop and then come back to it like another time and maybe read it. But I do have like the movie, so maybe I'll finally watch that, because I bought it last year during Black Friday and I haven't read it. So, I mean, watched it. And then these next two books is even more shameful, because they're books I was supposed to be reading with Geraldine. And the first one is Ketchup Clouds by Annabelle Pitcher. I know you guys haven't seen this one in a while, and I'm currently on page 96, and this main girl is just stupid. That's all I'm going to say, because apparently as life goes on, my patience with stupid people has gotten more and more and more like, But I do actually like this book. I mean, it's interesting. The format is a little, because she has to write a letter to a prisoner, so that's how she's telling the story. So I'm just like, I don't know, maybe it's just because we don't really write letters anymore, but I do like letters. But even when I was a kid and I got letters, like, if your letter was long, it was taking me a few days to read that. I'm just putting that out there. And I mean, I know he in prison, so he probably enjoys this. But also, I can't get rid of the fact that you just telling all your business to this inmate who don't need to protect you. And maybe I'm thinking about this too hard. But seriously, don't ever do that in real life. And the last book is Night Film by Marissa Peslar, which features this guy who I think is dumb. But I've actually really liked the story. It's intriguing. I really want to figure out the mystery. I know Geraldine wasn't too happy with the ending. I'm on like 254 out of 600 pages. I'm not sure if I'm going to be reading this before the thon or not, because I've been getting a lot of requests to read and review The Murder Complex by Lindsay Cummings, and I actually own it. It's in the living room, I think, right now, so I can have it in my vision. So I'm probably gonna read that after I'm done with Vicious and Better When He's Bad. So if I finish The Murder Complex really fast, then I'll try to read this. And I almost hit myself in the eye. That would have been shameful. And actually, I do have a few that are on my Kindle. Why did I say in my Kindle? Technically, it's in your Kindle. You know what? Let's just go. So the first one that I see is Haley's Game by Jenny Pin. And it was just, okay, I reread the first book for the hashtag a year-thon finish / catch up on a series, and I was like, yeah, so I can read it and then read the sequel. But I wasn't liking the sequel. I was like, this girl is getting on my last nerves, and then the next book that I have was actually a NetGalley book, and I am actually liking it. It's Entangled by Nikki Jefford, and it was like free for the longest time on the Kindle also, so I'll link it down below if it's still free. But I don't know, I was kind of like in the middle of how I felt about these characters in the book. It was an interesting concept, to say the least. I'm like 75, maybe 80% in, so I want to give this a finish. And then I have Reaper's Property by Joanna Wild, and with this one I just lost the flow. Okay, see, I was up here reading this one and I didn't have my Kindle back then. I was just reading on my computer, and my computer broke right in the middle of the story. So I got my Kindle, and so I put it on there, and then I was reading it, and I was like, I don't even really remember some stuff. It was just like, you know, a romance, so I remember, but like I wasn't in the flow of it anymore, so I need to go back, I think, a couple of chapters and read on from there. And maybe I just don't like the characters as much. I don't know what happened. But the next book that I had is How We Lived by Erin Butler, which I won in a giveaway, and it was going really, really good. The font put me off just a little bit, but besides the, like, font is like the biggest issue with me when reading books sometimes. So, but I was really enjoying it, and I didn't even get that far, but I was like really enjoying the storyline and how it was gonna go, because How We Live Now features this girl whose brother died, and his best friend, I think, is kind of blamed for it. So, but they were all three of them were best friends, so they have like a little romance that's kind of complicated by this secrets and stuff that he's keeping. As far as I know, I hadn't gotten that far yet. And then that's it. That's it. So I have 17 books I'm currently reading, and you just saw 15 of them, I believe. Yeah. So technically, didn't see them all. But that's all I have on my currently reading list. So you guys let me know down below if you guys are going to participate in this Finish It-a-thon. Are you going to be doing books that you're currently reading, like, or that you read and like need to finish? Or are you guys going to do books that are in the series? Because I know you guys can do that. So like, if you guys are on the second and the first, if you read the first 2 books and you need to finish the third, go ahead and do that also. And I'm going to link it down below. And if, for those of you who probably are wondering why I had this in my hand the whole time, I did an unboxing for Monday, because this is probably going to go up Saturday. So Monday I have a book haul unboxing for you guys, at least that. And I had just finished filming it. So it was probably really good luck when I picked this up for the Chaos of the Stars and emphasized my point on how I felt about that little girl. Yeah. Okay, Keisha's putting down the scissors now, and I'm going to see you guys later. Let me know, and I will see you guys later. Bye.